another episode of A Moment of Tiki, coming to you from the Lagoon of Mystery, my home tiki bar here in Central Texas. Now, when I was trying to come up with an idea for this particular episode, I thought to myself, okay, I haven't done a lighting episode in a while, so I might do that. But then I said to myself, you've never done an episode where Disney and Tiki meet, and there's a lot of overlap. So revelation struck, and I said, why don't I do both? This is a light sconce from the Polynesian Village Resort at Disney World, the Magic Kingdom. Every so often, 5-10 years, whatever, I don't know exactly how often, but they will do a refresh, a refurbishment, stripping out everything from the hotel and replacing it. And the items, the material, the decor that is still in halfway decent condition, they will sell at auction as surplus. And I was able to get 2 of these light sconces off eBay, well, a while back now. But the point being, this is Tiki and it's Disney. 2 great tastes that go great together. If you remember those Reese's Peanut Butter Cup commercials from the 1970s.
You got peanut butter on my chocolate.
Well, you got chocolate in my peanut butter.
I've got a stairway that leads up into my indoor tiki space, and we're trying to convey a transition feeling for it. And there are 2 light sconces there that are really not tiki, and more to the point, they're not in our particular aesthetic or style. We've never really liked them very much, but they were attached, so they were there. With this, however, we get to replace those with something that's a little bit more fun, a little bit more building of the anticipation of what's to come when you get into our indoor tiki space. So if you'll come along with me, I'll show you what we're gonna do with it. Come on. Here we are in the stairwell, and this is one of the offending light sconces. You can see there's nothing inherently wrong with it, but there is also nothing inherently tiki about it. This is where this is going to go for comparison. One issue is that this Disney sconce did not come with the wall mount plate, so we're going to have an open box behind here that we're going to have to mount it to. So I'm going to have to come up with some type of wall mounting plate. Otherwise, it's just going to be a gaping hole in the wall. So we're going to figure that out as we go along. To make the mounting plate for the light sconces, I have a 12-inch board of pine, which is the cheapest I could get. I have measured out the width, and the 12-inch board is only 11 1/8 inch wide. So I have marked 11 1/8 inch along the length, so that when I cut it with my circle saw, it will be a square. All right, so we have 2 square boards. They're about 11 1/4 each. This is going to mount just like that. So first, before I can start carving them up, I need to do my template pattern. So I am taking this straight edge with a pencil, and I am going corner to corner, bisecting, so I have frames of reference. Then I am marking those same edges, edge to edge. Right through the middle. now that I have my guidelines in here, I am taking this template. It's a spiral template. This is the same cardstock spiral template that I used to carve out all of the head, the crown molding trim and the vertical molding pieces in my upstairs space. So as this is leading up to my upstairs tiki space, it's going to match because it's going to have some of the same motif. So I'm taking my template and positioning it on the board, on the corner, on each corner, and then using the pencil to draw out, trace out the pattern, which will then guide my power carving. Now I've already measured this out, and this mounting plate that I have, 11 inches across, it can take 3 spirals. It can host or contain 3 spirals per side. I'm going to carve in the middle of the center of this the 4-petaled hibiscus motif you see in much Polynesian artwork and carving. So just eyeballing it and giving myself a guide. And now we are finished. We have the patterns drawn onto my 2 mounting plates. We're good to go. And now I need to pull out my trusty Dremel so we can make some sawdust. The wooden mounting plate that I'm carving needs to have a hole in it so I can insert this threaded rod to run the wires through and mount the light onto it. So, have a drill with a bit that is approximately the same width as the threaded rod, and I'm simply going to drill through the middle. It's got a point on the end, so it will guide it straight through so I don't have it skidding around, so I can get it right in the exact center. And this inserts right in there, and it can even thread it in there. It's nice and snug. Perfect. Now it's fun time. I've got my Dremel with the flex shaft and a cut saw sphere burr mounted into it, and I'm going to go through and carve out the spiral designs that I have on the outside. I used to be really nervous about doing spirals, but now I really enjoy them and look forward to this. So let's go. And there we have it. All the spirals are carved out. Now I'm going to use this flame burr from Kutzall, and I'm going to use it to carve out the hibiscus flower pattern that goes in the center. Now, with all the decorative elements carved into the wall plate, the wall mounting plate, one last touch I want to do before I torch this is bevel the edges. I think just having that nice curved bevel on the edge gives it an intentionality, a little bit more sophisticated, more purposeful look. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I'm using my big skill router here to do it. Just curve over right on the edge. Pretty simple, and it looks great. I've got both mounting panels carved out. I'm really thrilled with how they turned out because I think this is better than I had in my mind, but we're not finished yet. Now comes the best part of all, the torching. I apply fire to this. It's gonna burn off all the fuzzies, give it a aged patina, and then I'm gonna hit it with the wire brush to really give it a lot of texture. With the wood completely scorched, now I'm going to come through and hit it with a wire brush. What this does, the softer wood that burned and carbonized is going to strip away, leaving the harder growth rings, so you're going to get an undulating texture which kind of simulates age, and it just has a very visceral, tangible effect on the entire piece. Really gives it an extra dimension. Don't forget your breathing mask. Alrighty, the wood panels, mounting panels are torched and they're wire brushed to bring up this really great grain texture here. So the last steps to prepare this is I'm going to apply a coat of Minwax Special Walnut stain, wood stain. There's nothing special about Special Walnut. This is just the color that I chose when I first started doing the chair rails and baseboards to my tiki space, and I want to stay consistent with the tonality. I like the deep, rich, dark brown that it conveys to the wood, nice and even, and with the pine and softwoods that I do, it's some mixed tonality in there. I think it looks really well. Once that dries, I'm going to spare you this step because it's no more exciting than watching paint dry. I'm going to apply a coat of polyurethane, actually a couple of coats of polyurethane, to completely seal in the wood and make sure that it is attractive and durable for years, if not decades to come. So I am absolutely delighted how these two mounting plates turned out. You probably can't see on film, but there's just a lush color, depth, and texture. The satin finish worked really great for the polyurethane coating, and now I need to mount the Disney light sconce onto this. You will notice that there is a mounting piece here that is designed for a small screw to go through, and I used a tiny nail to mark the spot on the mounting plates where I need to drill a hole so we can screw mount it on. So we're going to do this with both plates and make sure that the hole is wide enough in diameter to accommodate the screw. Duh. With my holes drilled on either side, I am going to do a test mounting real quick. I have the threaded rod that will go in the center to help me line it up. And what I'm doing is taking these small brass threaded screws. I'm using a small washer on each end to take some of the strain off the resin here. Now I'm positioning the lamp over the threaded screw to line everything up and sliding it into position. It fits perfectly. Now on the back side, taking another washer and a nut. We don't want to put undue stress on the resin lampshade. This is just to hold it stable in position. And I don't know about you, I don't like to brag, but that's looking pretty darn good. Thanks for tuning in. If you like what you see, please hit the like and subscribe buttons down below. If you really like what you've been seeing here at A Moment of Tiki, please leave a comment or maybe even share the video to your feeds. What this does is make it easier for others to find A Moment of Tiki. And if you do that, I will be grateful. Mahalo. Whew. All right, y'all. I didn't think this one all the way through. I like to say I make the mistakes so you don't have to. So, folks, y'all are in for the motherload this time around because, oh, geez. There's this threaded mount right here, and I just assumed that I was going to use the threaded mount here to put it on there to connect it. Well, I realized that would not be stable enough. I guess removing this and putting this on the back and measuring out where the screws to go through would have been the best. I don't know. I didn't do that. I used my stud finder and located a stud behind this wall. So me and my bright idea thinking I will drill a hole in here, and once I have this threaded on, I will screw a wood screw through there to stabilize it and hold it fast. Well, I hadn't counted on these screws on the mount protruding from the wall, and so when I got it on there, it was very wobbly. It was not mounted flush, which necessitated me taking my router and routing depressions, concave cavities in here to accommodate these screw heads sticking up. So we're gonna give it a shot, fingers crossed. Hopefully this time it works. Taking the positive and the neutral wire, and we're threading them through. This is what we must do. We are pulling the wall wires out, taking the black positive, and we are going to tighten these together with the wing connector. And you want to tighten this until the wires twist beyond the bottom of the connector. That shows you have a good, secure knot, twist, tie connection. Good secure connection. And we're going to repeat that with the neutral. All right. Now we're going to tuck our wires back up inside the box. Thread the rest of the wires through until we mate our threaded rod with the threaded receptacle. And we're going to work to screw it in several times. Okay. That looks stable. Okay. Got the wood screw and my pre-drilled hole on this side. And going to drill it straight in so it is anchored to the stud behind the wall. There we go. And now it's time for the light bulbs. I have two different ones. This is a compact LED flame. And I am threading it in the top here so it will cast flickering flame effects onto the ceiling. And I have an amber LED bulb, which is a little large, but I need more light to be shining down on the stairway. Okay, and let's see if my wiring job holds. Ooh. Look at that. Look at that. That looks great. I'm excited. I have these visions in my mind, but I don't know if they will pan out in reality. So I always have to cross my fingers and hope for the best. And the final step is to dab a little bit of flat black paint over that metallic screw so the bright shiny metal doesn't attract the eye. Okay, so here we are, it's finished, and holy smokes, folks, this is gorgeous. I am just like beside myself with how well they turned out. I thought they would look good. I had no idea it was gonna look this good. The flicker bulb on top really has that great tribal fire torch, tiki torch effect going. The amber light on the underside casts a warm glow. It just really sets the stage for people who are moving up the stairs into our tiki space. Now I know I ran into a bunch of snags along the way. Hopefully you plan better than I do, learn from my mistakes so you don't have the difficulties that I ran into trying to figure out how to mount them. But overall, oh my gosh, Jumpin' Jehoshaphat, they are beautiful. The only downside is that it makes the rest of the stairwell look very bland and non-tiki by comparison. So I think that's additional projects that I'm gonna have to come up with in the future. Stay tuned. So until next time, from Lagoon of Mystery, aloha.